Welcome everybody to the NBA Conference Semifinals predictions here. We have seen the first round with many multiple upsets here. Let's see if that story continues here in the second round. So like I said, if you guys aren't ready, make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe button, make sure you guys join that Discord, links in the description. Make sure you guys please do follow me at Moneylord, Moneylord17. Come join us. Show support. Really do appreciate y'all support. Like I said, if you guys are new, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Really do appreciate y'all for being here. Alrighty, folks, like we said, welcome to another video, and we are back at it with conference semifinal predictions here. And like I said, these playoffs have been absolutely incredible. It's been fun to watch. It reminds me of March Madness a little bit, especially with all these upsets that we've been getting here. So very excited for this slate of rounds here. We have a lot of entertaining games. Just looking at the slate right now, we have a lot of entertaining series. So we'll go ahead and jump into those. But like I said, hit the like, hit that subscribe button, make sure to join that Discord, all that fun stuff. I really do appreciate y'all. Thank you guys so much for following us throughout the 2025-2026 NBA season. I really do appreciate y'all. And without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Yeller in the league currently with 13. Me with 12 and Cam with 10. So everybody at double figures, looking pretty good. But let's go and see who we got here for the second round. Alrighty, folks, shall we go ahead and get into it? Alright, let's go ahead and get to conference semifinal pick show. And we're starting off here. We have the 4-seeded Cleveland Cavaliers coming off of a 7 hard-fought competitive series with the Toronto Raptors, but they end up getting it done there. And I think home court advantage really defined that series. Like whoever was home in that game 7, whoever the home team of the series was going to win that series. It just looked like two evenly matched teams and that series, and Cleveland just pulled away there. Me looking at Detroit, they look kind of suspicious in their last series against Orlando. I wasn't really expecting them to go to 7 with them, but they did. But good thing for them, they got the job done there. But if I'm being honest, I think Detroit kind of did not really deserve to win that series. I think Orlando kind of outplayed them for majority of that series, and I just think that Orlando should have won game 6. You know, if they don't do the history that they did, missing 23 consecutive shots, then Detroit would even be here right now. I think Orlando would have been here. So I think Detroit's a little bit undeserving here to make it here to the second round. But at the same time, like the Cavaliers hasn't really inspired me either. So I think this is going to be a very competitive series here. I think, like I said, this round is going to be something. It's going to be something interesting this round. And I just think that every series is going to be tight. It's going to be competitive. It's going to be close. So I'm actually excited about these playoff series here. Like I said, Detroit is the home team of this series. That's definitely gonna help out here. But like I said, knowing that Cleveland is the more experienced team, you know, do you go that route, or do you go with whoever you got, James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Kate Cunningham? This should be interesting. So let's see what everybody has here. I'm curious who people got for this one. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here first. I normally don't do this, but I'm going to go first. I'm going to, like I said, this was a tough one for me because, like I said, Cleveland is the more experienced team. You know, Harden and Mitchell, and Detroit is still young. They're still kind of inexperienced. But at the same time, like, they have home court advantage, and I think that could be a very critical thing here. I'm gonna take Cleveland. I'm gonna take Cleveland just because I just think they have a little bit more experience. Because I don't really trust what I saw at Detroit in that last round against Orlando. I don't really trust it. Now you could say the exact same thing for Cleveland, right? I mean, you know, go to 7 with it. I mean, but Toronto is a pretty decent team. Matter of fact, I think Toronto is a good team. I don't think they're a bad team once and for me. But Cleveland's experience, I think that's what just gives me over the top here. So I'm gonna go with Cleveland. I'm gonna take him in 6 games here. I think it's gonna be hard fought. I think it will be close. I think a lot of games will be competitive, but give me the Cavs. I'm gonna roll with the Cavs in this one. Let's see. Old Yeller. But of course, like I said, he's got them Colts for us. Yeller is taking the Pistons, ladies and gentlemen. He is on the opposite boat of me. He's taking the Pistons, and he's taking the Pistons in 7 games. He said this series is going to be straight grind. Cavs offense versus Detroit's defense. Goes back and forth, but Pistons make a couple plays late in the game 7 at home. Home is the difference maker here. All right, good explanation there. That is a very good explanation. Like I said, Yeller does have some very interesting quotes for us every single time here. So, and then my boy Cam is taking. He's going with the Pistons as well. Okay, all right, I like this. All right, I like this from my perspective because I'm by myself and I like being by myself. But Cam is also going to take the Detroit Pistons, and Cam is going to take them. Let's see, does he have anything to say? No, he does. He's taking the Pistons. Oh, that's interesting. He's got the Pistons in a sweep. Okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting. I don't think this is going to be a sweep. Matter of fact, I will go ahead and break it down a little bit more here in tomorrow's video here. But that's something. Like if you have the Pistons sweeping the Cavs like that, that's something. That's what Cam's going with. So like I said, I'm not going to complain with it, but that's a little bit shocking there. So so yeah, I'm by myself with this one. Like I said, I like being by myself. I love being by myself in a series like this. I love it. All right, 2 on 3. I am by myself on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Actually no, I'm actually gonna leave this up so that way I know what everybody picked. All right, next up, the 7th seed. How about the Philadelphia 76ers beating the Boston Celtics in round 1 in what could have been the most unpredictable series that everybody, I'm pretty sure everybody had Boston at least going to the Eastern Conference Finals in their bracket. So I'm pretty sure that series just messed up everybody's bracket here. Yep. At the same time, like you gotta give credit where credit's due for Philadelphia. You gotta give credit. I thought they played extremely well, and I keep saying to everybody like Philadelphia, I think they're a pretty good damn team when everybody's healthy. But everybody's healthy, Joel Embiid's rolling. I think this team is really damn good. And the Knicks also look pretty good last round. I mean, they had their moments with Atlanta, ending up winning a hard-fought 6-game series, but they ended up taking care of business, and we kind of knew that they were the better team going into that series. Philadelphia just probably pulled off one of the biggest upsets we've seen in the playoffs in a good bit. So, like I said, I like Philadelphia. I like how they match up with them, but I don't think I can pick them here. I mean, I can definitely see it. Like I said, especially like coming off last round, being the Boston Celtics. You beat the Celtics, then there's some optimism in there, right? Like you would think that Philly would definitely have a chance, knowing that they knocked out the Boston Celtics, a championship contending team in the East, which is very impressive. And like I said, I'm pretty sure a majority of you guys had the Celtics making it to the NBA Finals. So that's kind of crazy there. But yeah, I don't think I can take Philadelphia. However, I do think it's going to be a hard series. Well, we'll see. Let's see who you guys got here. Let's see. My boy Cam is taking Philadelphia. Oh, okay. He's taking Philly. Nice. He is taking Philadelphia, and he says he's taking them in 6 games. Okay, nice. I like how people are picking Philadelphia here. I like it because I think it could go either way. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Knicks as well. But however, like I said, I'm not gonna write Philadelphia off. I do think that they will compete the hell out of New York. I think they will provide some Knicks some challenges here. So I'm going to take the Knicks, and I'm going to take them in. I'm going to take the Knicks, and I'm going to take them in. I'm going to take them in 7. Actually, I'm gonna take the Knicks in 7. I think it's gonna be a hard-fought series. I'll talk about this more tomorrow, but I like Karl Anthony Towns. I like Jalen Brunson, and those two are going to be pretty interesting versus Maxey and Embiid. So I can't wait to watch that. I do think there's going to be a hell of a series that could go either way. I think Philadelphia has the talent to match up with New York, but I'm going to go with New York. In Game 7, it would be in the Garden. That's the case. I just think that home court advantage just does it for me. So getting the Knicks, I'm going to take them in 7. Let's see. There's a deciding factor here. Old Yeller. Yeller is on my side. Yeller is on my side. He's taking the New York Knicks. And he is taking the Knicks. Yeller. Yep, so Yeller's got the Knicks. The leader right now, and Yeller's got the Knicks in 6, and he says Philadelphia has hell of a talent, but the Knicks bring that physical pressure every night. Over a course of a series that wears Philly down, and New York closes out on Philadelphia's home floor. All right, cool. That is cool. Like I said, Yeller does have some good statements for it. That's what I like about Yeller. He has some good statements for us to read. So, like I said, this series is going to be competitive. I actually can't wait for this series. I think this is another one of the series that starts on Tuesday. I think Detroit starts off on Monday. So, well, on Wednesday. So it should be a pretty interesting series. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the Western Conference battle here. We have the number 1 seed Oklahoma City Thunder making things look easy against the Phoenix Suns in that last round. Just beat the living shit out of them. I mean, they swept them. And the Thunder, like I said, the Thunder just look like the Thunder. They look like a brand. They look like a good ass team. They look like a team that's going to kick everybody's ass. Meanwhile, looking at the Lakers here, the Lakers as an underdog against the Houston Rockets in the first round ended up getting the job done there. Hey, listen, I was pleased with what I saw about the Lakers. I think everybody contributed to winning. I thought everybody played well. LeBron was incredible in this series. I mean, what he's able to do at his age is absolutely incredible, leading this Lakers team to the second round here. And like I said, it's kind of unfortunate that the Lakers are the 4th seed. It's kind of unfortunate that we're not the 3 seed right now. But like I said, it is what it is. It's the NBA and stuff. But last time I checked, I think OKC was huge favorites going into Game 1, which I mean, I'm not surprised about it because, like I said, OKC, if you look at the regular season, they have absolutely manhandled us over the course of the regular season. But at the same time, like I said, it's the playoffs different because these playoffs, it just seems different compared to the regular season. It's just completely different. But at the same time, like OKC is, like I said, they are the best team in basketball, or at least they gotta be one of the better teams in basketball. God, like this is just me as a Lakers fan, just me want to pick LA. Like I really want to, just really have a feeling about my team in LA. But at the same time, like I don't know if I can really pick them though. Yeller's not gonna do it, right? Yeah, Yeller's got the Thunder. Okay, all right, so that's expected. So Yeller's got the Thunder, and Yeller's taking the Thunder. Yeller's got the Thunder in 6. Okay, all right. So he does have some respect for the Lakers. He said Lakers got experience. We'll give LeBron some credit, but OKC's pace and depth start to overwhelm them. Younger legs plus scoring wins in this series. So he said that Oklahoma City Thunder would use their youth to their advantage to win the series. Okay. All right. I mean, that's a good statement there. Like I said, you gotta give. I like everything what Yeller said there. Like I said, you gotta give the 41-year-old some credit. That's why he gave him 2 games. But at the end of the day, OKC is just a better team. Let's see what Cam's got. Oh, no fucking way. No fucking way. Cam is picking the Lakers. No fucking way. No fucking way. But yeah, he's doing it. It says Lakers. I can't believe it. I can't believe he's picking the Lakers. He's picking the Lakers in 5. Holy shit. I mean that's I mean, if you guys haven't looked at the lines in Game 1, the Lakers are literally at 15 and a half, almost 16 and a half $100 in Game 1. That's absolutely absurd. Yeah, but Cam, he's gonna go with the Lakers. So with Cam picking the Lakers, it makes me look like an idiot because you go around this series as a Lakers fan, you're saying like, yeah, you gotta pick your team, you gotta pick your team to win. However, I'm playing this like I want to win. But as I want to win the tournament here, and like I hope the Lakers beat the Thunder. I hope it happens, but unfortunately, I can't pick LA to win this series. I really want to. If I'm wrong, then I would shoot confetti cannons out of my brain. If I was wrong here, but I just gotta go with the Thunder, man. Like I said, the Thunder are the more complete team here. I think the Lakers' injuries is really going to come back to bite them here. I know it didn't really last round when they played Houston, but I do think it will come back to bite them a little bit this round here. So I'm going to take the Thunder, unfortunately. Like I said, I really want to pick the Lakers. I really wanted to, but I just couldn't do it this time. I'm gonna take the Thunder, and I'm gonna take the Thunder and give me the Thunder and I'll go 5. I'll go Thunder in 5. I just don't think the Lakers have the key pieces to win this series. I just don't think it's gonna happen. So give me the Thunder. I'm gonna take them in 5, and I do think my Lakers are going home here in the second round. But like I said, it's just insane. But I think that if we would have played against San Antonio, we would have more of a shot. So that's more of something there. So we'll see about this series and what direction it goes. But overall, I'm surprised that Cam took the Lakers. I'm very shocked about that. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our final series here of the second round. Here we have the Minnesota Timberwolves coming off of another dominant series against the Denver Nuggets. I thought they completely outworked Denver once again. I thought they outplayed Denver. I thought they did really good against Denver. I thought their defense did a pretty good job guarding Jokic, and it's going to be very interesting to see how that defense translates to play Wemby, because it's like another big on the court. So you got to figure out how you're going to play. Plus, Wemby is an alien. He's an alien himself. So Wolves are going to have a hand tag. But saying that, they got Rudy Gobert, they got Jamie McDaniels. I mean, the Wolves defense has been absolutely spectacular in the playoffs. And I give them a lot of credit for that. Me looking at San Antonio coming off of a 5. So both of these two teams are really going to come in here kind of fresh and kind of know they're going to play. Minnesota's coming off a 6-game series win. San Antonio's coming off a 5-game series win against Portland. So, man, this is actually a tough one here, because I don't want to write the Wolves off. Okay, the Wolves deserve some credit. Okay, they deserve a good team's credit. Like I said, they did win in there and just beat the team that I thought was going to go to the NBA Finals this year. But yeah, like I said, I respect the Wolves. I really do. I'm not going to pick them to win this series. I am going to go with the San Antonio Spurs, because with them having home court advantage, I think that's going to be different here. Like I said, I'm not writing the Wolves off. Am I picking against them over and over and over again? Yes, but that's actually a good thing, because that makes me regret them a little bit here. So I'm going to take the San Antonio Spurs. But however, I am going to take the Spurs. I mean, it depends. But here's the thing. Another thing for me, it depends. Like, what is Anthony Edwards' stat line? Is he going to be healthy for game 1? Last time I checked, he's questionable, but I don't know if he's actually going to play. I mean, the guy is a demon, so I can absolutely see him playing. But I just don't know. I just don't know if he's going to be playing or not. But I'm gonna go with San Antonio, and I'm gonna take them the full 7 games. I think it's gonna take 7 games to get rid of the Wolves, but having that home court advantage in game 7, I think that's very critical. And I think San Antonio barely closes it out. I'm going to take the Spurs here in 7 games. I think it's going to be a hell of a series, but I'm going to go with San Antonio on this one. Cam's got the Spurs in 5. Wow. And Cam is definitely taking some risk in this tournament. In the second round, I will give you that. He is taking some risk. I was not expecting him to take the Lakers. I was not expecting the Lakers. I know this is not a risk by taking San Antonio, but taking them in 5 games, like, I just think that that's gonna be a risk itself here. But yeah, he's gonna go with San Antonio. And last but not least, Old Yeller. I know he has something to say. Yeller's got the Wolves. Okay. I gotta say, somebody had to be over there. I said that there's no way that nothing else was a guarantee on this video, and all of a sudden the Minnesota game is a guarantee. I'm glad this is not a guarantee. I'm glad I'm glad Old Yeller's going with the Wolves. Like I said, somebody had to be over there, because this is another series I can actually see the Wolves kind of creeping out. So, like I said, somebody had to be over there. And he says, he says, you know what? I'm fucking going for it. I'm going for the Wolves defense, and it makes me think that the Wolves defense is gonna make life hell for San Antonio in this series. It gets ugly, it gets physical, and Minnesota steals game 7 with stops on the road. Okay, so he's got the Wolves in 7. Man, like I said, this one was a tough one to pick, because it's just like you just have no idea what's going on in this series. Who's playing, who's not playing. how they're gonna look, and like it just looks iffy. So, like I said, somebody had to be over there with the Wolves. Somebody had to. Like I said, you gotta give the Wolves some credit here. But let me guys know what you guys got in the conference semifinals. But anyway, guys, if you guys have already hit the like and that subscribe button, I'm gonna go hop out of here so you guys can watch this on time. I appreciate everybody's support, and without further ado, guys, we'll see you guys next time. This is MidNation.com. Peace out. Stay safe. As always, I'll see you, lovely people, in the next one. Peace.